Hi, welcome to End 68 Hours of Hunger. I'm Claire. Come on in. I'm so glad you're here. It's a thrill for me to be able to tell you about End 68 Hours of Hunger. I'd like to start with telling you a little bit about this amazing building. So in the first 4 years of the program, we were in 3 different locations. We kept having to move. That for me was very frustrating. So I came to St. John's United Methodist Church, which is my home church, and I said, hey, I'd really like to put a 20 by 40 foot building on your property. What do you think of that? And they ultimately agreed to that. It was built 100% by volunteers, and we named the building after Christina Skids, who sadly died in 2012 of a brain tumor. She was the very first packing team leader from St. John's Church, so the building is named in her honor. In October 2010, I was at a book group, and one of the women in the book group said, I'm a school teacher in a Dover school system, and I have children in my classroom who from the time they have lunch in school on Friday until the time they have breakfast on Monday have nothing to eat. And I said to her, you've got to be kidding. And she said no. And in that instant, I was sort of convicted that I needed to do something about that. My husband, bless his heart, sat there and counted the hours between Friday lunch and Monday breakfast and came up with 68. And he said to me, so what you really want to do is you want to end this 68 hours of hunger. And I thought, wow, that's just brilliant. So I went online, and sure enough, the website was available and the email address was available. It was like God all planned that to all be that way. So that's how we came up with End 68 Hours of Hunger. So our vision is to end childhood hunger in America, and we do that one school at a time. Our mission then is to confront the 68 hours of hunger that the children experience between lunch on Friday and breakfast on Monday by giving them this bag of non-perishable food that they can take home and eat the 7 meals that they're away from school on the weekend. Our purpose is just to make communities stronger. If these children don't get fed, then they can't possibly learn. If they can't learn in school, then they can't become productive members of the community, and in 20 years our communities will suffer. I decided from the beginning I wanted the program to be 100% volunteer. We started in October of 2011, delivered our first 19 bags in 3 Dover elementary schools. Now we've got 46 programs feeding over 3,500 children every weekend. So it's grown tremendously. We have 46 programs now. We're looking to start another 10 programs in the coming year. But to do that, we need volunteers. We need people who are willing to step up, be counted, and say that they are prepared to run a program in their community. Nationally, we have roughly 2,000 volunteers who last year gave 20,000 volunteer hours to running the program in the 46 locations. 2 program coordinators run a program. The work basically is making sure there's food in the building, which means you have to make sure there's money to buy food or food drives or places to drop off food so you have enough food. Then coming in and packing the bags, each individual bag for each individual kid, getting that bag to the school where the children are located, and then the schools take over from there and deliver the bags to the actual children. The food has to all be non-perishable. It all has to be factory wrapped. Nothing expired can go out. You can't deny a child a food bag because of something they did or didn't do in school. The program coordinators have to report all their income, all their expenses to us so we can audit them. And really that's it. It's very common sense kinds of rules that the program coordinators have to follow. But that's our aim, is to grow, to make sure that children in this country, the wealthiest country in the world, do not suffer because they don't have food to eat. Every single donation makes a difference in the life of a child.